Hey everybody, Flip here, and my head cold has finally resided. We have finally finished the changes to the deck builder and some of the other areas of the site. So I wanted to go ahead and post a video today and just kind of show people what's going on with Flip, what changes we made, and just kind of a way to use the site a little bit more effectively. I hear from some players sometimes that just they can't get things working correctly or something along the lines of just not understanding exactly how to do it. So today we're taking a look at the site via Internet Explorer. If you're using Chrome or Firefox or Safari, the site will handle most things in the exact same way, so there shouldn't be any issue. I'm just using Explorer, and I know it's got a larger usage base out there. So first things first, I think everybody's pretty well versed with the forums. I don't think there's too much to go over there. Not many changes were made. You're going to have your stats and info over here. You'll see I'm logged in under the account 3PO today. You'll see the members online here. You can click on any of the members and it'll pop up with the member breakdown here. You can see some of their information, and if you want to go ahead and start messaging them, you can just hop over to their profile page and you should be able to start a conversation. And of course I'm not seeing it right in front of me, so that is lovely. Let's hit back here. Maybe I can't start a conversation with myself. Let's look at Smokey J. He's a good guy. There it is. Can't start a conversation with yourself. So if you pull up their information, you'll see everything right here. Sorry, Smokey J, for calling you out in the video, but you were the first one available, so there it is. I can start a conversation, which is basically just like private messages. I can view their profile page, or I can click follow. And anytime they post anything anywhere on the site, it'll let me know that, hey, they're up to something. And that's kind of cool if you have friends or favorite posters that you like to see what they're up to. There's also an ignore button here. You can click on that and you won't see posts from them whatsoever. It also tells you what they're up to, which is a little creepy, I suppose, but it kind of lets you know if you've got some friends looking at the same things that you are. So pretty cool stuff. From there, we have each of the forums broken down categories. And one thing I did want to point out, there's a button over here called Watch Forum. If you click on this, it's going to add it to, you can actually customize it a bit, but you can check if you want to see new threads, if there's new posts, or just don't want to see any notifications at all. You can have it done as alerts, which are going to pop up. I'll show you where in a minute, or you can have it sent as emails to your email address that you signed up for with the account. This is kind of nice if you want to keep up on the site, if you want to see what's going on and see what people are posting about. If you have alerts, they're going to show up here, and if you have private messages, they're going to show up here. If you want to jump through the site at all, you can always go to home or our members page. Going to home, it's going to go ahead and take you back to the home page. And just real quick, I think there's a way. Yes, you can see if there's subforms. This tells you right now we are keeping track of the regional 2014 deck list. This will just let you know that this is the main forum. Underneath there's going to be a couple other forums. I know a lot of you guys already know this stuff. I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware that there are a bunch of different interactions with the forums. We spend quite a bit of money on them, and I personally like them quite a bit. So just want to make sure everybody has pretty good use of them and enjoys them to their fullest. On our podcast section, it hasn't changed much except for the fact that we've added a section for the Living Force cast. These are audio feeds of the Living Force cast that we do every Wednesday. That is where you can find each of the audios for that. Our card search has actually changed a little bit. Previously, you were able to search by the number objective. So say you wanted to look at objective set 19, select 19, hit search. And the card search is actually defaulted to show you the first 6 results. The reason we did that is because there's 6 cards in an objective set. So if you just search one set, it's going to show up everything you need to know. If you want to search by a full set, you can select on any of these. So if you want to look at all the darkness and light cards, again, the default is going to be 6, so it's going to show you the first 6 cards in the set. And then you just use these buttons here to go to the next pages. If you want to clear that out, you can search by card title. So again, say you want to see cards with Chewbacca in their title. And you'll see we also have an autofill. As soon as it starts to recognize what you're typing, it's going to pull up your options here if you want to search specific. You can also, if you just put in CHE, it's going to show you any word that has CHE together in it. If you just want to search CHE, you can just hit enter on CHE, and it will show you the results for any card that has CHE in it. This is very nice, say, if you want to find all the cards that have Vader in the title. And this will pull up and show you all the results for cards with Vader in the title. So searching by title can be very specific or it can be very generic, which is really, really cool. You can also search by sides. I'm not sure what that L is. I'll have to make an edit. Something obviously got added as that as a side. And that will be removed soon. But if you go ahead and search dark side, it will start with number 19 since core ends with number 18 for light side. So it'll start there, and then you'll see you can go multiple pages over of just dark side results. You can also choose the different affiliations. So say you would like to look at all neutral objective sets and cards. I'm sorry, neutral sets and cards. It will pull everything. All right. And if you want to look by card type, I think I blinked on that. Okay, so if you want to look at card type, you have the 5 types: enhancements, events, fate, objectives, and units. Say you just want to look at objectives. This is just going to pull up all light side and dark side objective cards. This means that you can get a bit more specific, so you can, because you can obviously combine all of these things. So say you just want to look at the objective sets in core. Now let's do something a bit unique. Let's do Edge of Darkness. Yep, that is going to be the objective sets. You can also specify just dark side. Alright, and one other kind of cool thing you can do here is, remember earlier when we searched for Vader, you can search for just objective sets with Vader in the title. There are none in Edge of Darkness, which is why we got no results there. There you go. So this will show up and tell you that right now there's only 2 objective sets with Vader in the title. The advanced search is basically more the same, everything we just went over, but it's much, much more refined. You can really search about just about anything here. I won't go into full detail, but I do want to cover a couple things that I don't know people are aware of. So obviously these numbers here, you can search by cards with resources. There's really no need to search for 0 resources, but it's there if you want to. It's got damage capacity, so you could search for, say, dark side units with 3 health by setting to dark side and doing 3 health. You can also search by trait, which is probably going to be pretty significant coming up with Rogue Squadron, where you can search for, say, fighters. You can again change it to, say, dark side or light side, and it will just break down all of the fighters currently available for dark side. You can also do this for capital ships or characters, force sensitive, anything like that if looking to build decks with specific needs in mind. You can always hit this reset button, and that will clear out all the fields for you so you can start anew. You can search by unit damage icons, unit edge icons, tactics, edge tactics, blast damage, edge blast. You can even search all the unique dark side characters, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and reset this, and we'll go back to that same search example we used earlier with Chewbacca. All right. In fact, let's change it to just Chi. One thing that we can do, which I really love, is you can change the results. As I told you, it defaults to 6. You can go to 30, or you can just go all. And what this means is when you search, if you have more than 6, it will show all of them on the one screen. You won't need to go to a new page or anything like that. So that's probably not the greatest example. Let's just look at, say, all dark side cards from Darkness and Light. So you'll see the search result will pull up every single dark side card from Search and from Darkness and Light, and you won't have to advance the pages or anything like that. It's all right here. If you just want a visual spoiler, we have Show Only Card Images here. Clicking that will remove all the text detail and will just give you the cards themselves from the set. Now, the reason I went over all that is we did add a new feature to the basic search of the card search, and that is called Set View. This can be very, very interesting, can produce some really cool results. So let's take a minute to go over it. Remember earlier we searched for let's do Vader. We searched for Vader. And the results were all the cards basically that you see here. They were all the cards that had Vader in the title. But if you're building a deck, we had a lot of requests from players that said, just searching by Vader doesn't help us because we don't see what else is available. So if you go ahead and hit Set View, you're going to see that it will pull a result that has Vader in the title, but it also shows you the entire set view. This means that you're going to see every card that is in that set of the result that had Vader in it. So again, you go to the second page and we're going to see Vader's tie advance, and we get to see all the cards that are in that set. So if you're trying to build some decks and you say, hey, I want to play Darth Vader, what are my options? You can just click this little Set View button and your results are going to give you all the cards that would encompass including that card. Now, this isn't just for card title. This will work with a lot of things. If you go, say, events for, say, Darkside, and you just want Imperial Navy events, this is going to show you all the objective sets, the full sets, that have a Imperial Navy event. And this set is Talon Roll. It is a 0 cost, but it's still an Imperial Navy event, so it's going to show in the results. You would just go through the pages, and you'll be able to see all of the cards. This can be really useful, say, for example, when using Super Laser Engineer, which specifically says, after this event unit enters play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, put all revealed Imperial Navy events and enhancement with cost of 3 or higher into your hand. So doing a search like this will show you all of the Navy events and what cards you would get if you chose to put them in your deck. So this was one of the new features we had added. It's been active for about a month now, but we weren't sure if everybody knew it was there. Wanted to create a video to showcase it. The big changes came from the deck builder. We'll let it adjust here a bit. All right, so this is the deck builder's main screen. I'm just going to briefly go over everything so you know what you're looking at. The first thing you have to do is you have to choose a side. The deck builder will not let you choose any search options whatsoever unless you've chosen a side. So we'll go ahead for this and we'll go with dark side. And you'll see once I select dark side, these were all grayed out before, and now in color the icons appear as to which ones you could select for your affiliation choice. So prior to choosing a side, they're going to be locked and grayed out. Once you choose a side, they're going to be colorful, and then you can choose whichever one you would want to start with. Over here, Save Deck As. This is just simply what the name of your deck will be when saved on flip. Hit save, it'll do that. Hit home will take you to the deck builder area, deck list area of your account. You'll see here card info and lists. This is where all the searching and deck building will occur. This is a layout here. We call this the regular layout, the type layout, where it's broken down by types. Unit cards, enhancement cards, event cards, fate cards, and your objective deck. So again, if we search by card title, this will give us all the results of cards with Vader in the title. Hovering over them will give us a little preview of what they are. And if you click Darth Vader, it will add the cards to the deck. If you click a second time, you're going to add 2, and you'll see the counts update as you go. This has been active for a year, so this really shouldn't be anything new to you guys. We do know that several players didn't know how to remove them. Doing so on a computer, just double click on the card you want to remove, and it will actually remove the entire set. This is really a unique feature that we had added, and it's something that you won't necessarily see on your end, but to remove cards from the deck builder will actually depend on what kind of device you're using. If you're using a computer, simply double clicking like I did will take the set out completely of the deck. If you're using a mobile device, simply touching on the device one time will bring up a red bar here that will say remove whatever the title of the objective set is. Click that red bar, or tap that red bar I should say, and it'll go ahead and remove the set. We did this because double clicking or double tapping on a mobile device will actually zoom in. So we heard from a lot of players on mobile devices that they weren't able to edit their decks very easily, if at all, on mobile devices. So the deck builder will actually auto detect what type of device you're using, whether it's mobile or whether it's a PC. This also works for Mac, and this also works between Android and iOS. So no matter what you're on, the deck builder will recognize what you're using, and it'll optimize it so you can remove cards, add cards easily. That was my text message, fellas. I apologize. All right, so the other thing you'll notice is we've added the set view to the deck builder, which means if I go ahead and click that, you're going to see a bolded list appear of the search results. This is the exact same thing we just went over in the card search, where it pulls in the listing in a bolded fashion. So here's the objective, and here's all the cards you were to get if you were to add a card like Darth Vader to the set. So this again can be really helpful if, say, you want to add Black Squadron, or if you want to add Vader's Custom Tie, you search Vader, you found it, but now you'll be able to hover over and just see which cards you would get if you wanted to add it to your deck. This was a change because we saw that a lot of players wanted to, I'm so sorry about those text messages. I'm guessing that's TGO, who loves to send me 3 or 4 text messages at once. So we added this set view because we heard from a lot of players that they didn't want to have to add an objective set and then have to double click it to remove the objective set. They had to add it to see what was there before. So we did this, so now if you just click set view, you can see everything that's in a set when doing searches. Now, again, this doesn't have to be by title. If you just want to look at, say, Attack on Echo Base, you can just go ahead and hit search. It's going to pop up with a little message there letting you know it's going to give you a bunch of results, which is fine. We knew that that would be the case. Now, this is giving you every single card from Attack on Echo Base. If you want to change the type and just say look at the events from Echo Base, it'll show you, hey, this is the only event from Attack on Echo Base for Darkside. Remember, you're on Darkside, so that's why those results are there. You can go ahead and click the reset button. It's going to clear all the fields. Well, it should have cleared all the fields and give you a layout like that. Now, I will go ahead and search Vader again. And we're going to go ahead and add a second Darth Vader here. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2 copies of Lord Vader's command. Now, you'll see here it's broken down in a type view as described earlier. You have all your units, you have your enhancements, you have your events, and you have your fate cards, and then your objectives over here. One thing you'll probably notice is we added new little buttons here. The home view is going to be your regular layout or your type view. If you go ahead and hover over this middle button, you're going to see set layout view. All right, now what this is going to do is it's going to break it down by sets. And these are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this gives players yet another way that they can see, say when adding, say we want to add Vader's Fist, you're going to see the set laid out for you just like that, so you can tell exactly what you're added into your deck. You can also remove things, and it will move up accordingly and keep everything in set order. The bottom button here is going to be affiliation layout. Now what this is going to do is it's going to break everything up into affiliations. So you're going to have Sith, all your Sith cards here, all your Navy cards here, all your neutral cards here, and then all your fate cards here. The cards at the top, the titles, are still going to be the same, and they're still going to give you the breakdown. You're still going to see that you have 2 why are probe droids in as enhancements? All right, well that will be fixed. I don't know why they show, oh no, they're in as neutrals. What am I doing? I'm confusing myself with these views. You're going to see you still have 2 enhancements. This one here and Darth Vader Saber there. You still have 2 event cards, Imperial Suppression and Force Choke, and you still have the 2 fate cards. Just don't get confused. These aren't lined up as I just did, exactly as the breakdown. It's just an affiliation layout. It also is going to keep your objectives over here, just like it would in the normal view. You can click between these views and it will adjust accordingly. It doesn't matter if you add cards, it will still adjust accordingly. Don't have to worry about the views messing up or anything like that. The only other thing we're going to show you, just so you guys know, right now Let's see. Say we were to search Jarek. I would help if I was in the search. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it on set view for this. So we're going to click Jarek. This card is Sith only. See how I got an error message? That is because currently I've told the builder that I would like to play with Imperial Navy as my affiliation. If I go ahead and click over to Sith, it should let me go ahead and add Jarek to the list. And you'll see that error message goes away. And that is because this is a Sith affiliation only. Now let's say I want to play Scouring the Empire with Jarek, and I'd also like to add Salacious. All right, we know he just came out. He'd be pretty fun to play with, so I'd like to go ahead and add him. Again, you'll see we get an error pop up that this card is Scum and Villainy only, and we've already been locked into Sith. To clear it, if we want to play Salacious Crumb, we'd have to go ahead and clear him out, and you'll see it's going to go ahead and hop up and let us know you have an objective set which is exclusive to Scum and Villainy affiliation. Remove it if you want to choose a different affiliation. It also gives you the set number, and it also tells you what the objective name is. That will help if you need to know what you need to remove in order to clear that lock. But the deck builder is set up in a way that it will lock you from adding things into your deck that can't be there. You'll see I'm going to get an error message again if I try to add the new TIE Scouts. All right, so that is the deck builder. There's an advanced search option here where you can add a plethora of different things to search by. You don't have to search just by name. You can search by number. Again, we can search 21 and it will pull up and tell us all the objective sets, all the cards from objective set number 21. If you want to go 121, it'll pull up all the cards from that objective set as well. All right, so let's go ahead and we've cleared out all the decks. Oh, I should show you that too. If you've added dark side cards, it will not let you switch over to light side. This is done so you can't add dark and light side cards together. So if you do want to switch sides, you'll see once we cleared out the cards, the side card choices became available. We'll go ahead and switch over to light. You'll see these options became available here. Search results are still here, but that's okay because we just switched after the search. So we're going to go ahead and clear the field there. And let's say we want to build John Herr's new national winning light side list. So we know Yoda was 1112. We know that Along the Gamorrean Run is 109. We know that Secret of Yavin is 05. All right, now what else did he have in there? I think it was just Leia and Luke. So we know Luke is 01. And, oh boy, Leia, I believe, is 117. Yep, all right. So you'll see we have 50 cards in our deck. We have 24 units, 12 enhancements, 8 events, 6 fate cards, and our 10 objectives. We have a stats button here. It'll break down all the traits if you'd like to know how many characters playing, how many are force sensitive, how many vehicles, how many Ewoks. It has a percentage here. Jedi make up 48% of the deck, and neutral makes up 44% of the deck with just a splash of 4 smuggler cards. Then it's going to have a cost breakdown there, as well as an icon breakdown here. This is important. One of my favorite things to look at, force icons. This tells you what the breakdown of your force icons are going to be. So I like to look at 2, 3, and higher. So this lets us know that 20 cards in our deck have a 2 or higher, which I find to be pretty good. If you want to close this list, just go ahead and click the button a second time. It's going to bring the list down. You'll notice we added this hand, which is a random hand generator. If you click that and bring that up, you can do random hand. You can do draw starting objective. So we'll go in order. In the game, you would normally look at the top 4 objectives of your deck, and you would pick 1 to put on the bottom and 3 to keep. So by clicking that, it gives you an idea of which 4 objectives you might flip at the start of your game. You can click it again and say you wanted to see game 2, what objectives you might flip over. Game 3, Game 4, Game 5. You can do this as many times as you want. It's just going to keep replacing a random 4 objectives from your list of 10. If you want to see what your opening hand might look like, here is a sample hand to begin the game with. If you want to see maybe if you mulligan that hand, this would be what you would draw in the second hand. Again, you can do this over and over and over. It's just going to pick 6 random cards of the 50 that are in your command deck. That was something that we wanted to add. We had a lot of players that were asking for sample hands, and we had a few players that actually asked for the random and sample objective start. So we wanted to add these here to the deck builder so players could see what they were working with. So I'm going to add this as national list. I'm going to go ahead and click save. It tells me the deck was saved, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the home page. This is the deck page for my account, 3PO. You can click on this and go to deck list, and it's going to take you to the same page. Just so you know that you don't have to go through the deck builder to get here. You can be in the forums and go this way too. All right, once you're here, you'll see that should be a Jedi affiliation icon. I guess it's not showing up very well. But the deck name here, if you click on it, it's going to take you right back to the deck. Oh, you know what? There's no icon, probably because I didn't tell it what icon to use. So this deck is obviously running Smuggler and Spies. I'm going to go ahead and update it, go back home. And I'm wondering if I need to refresh for the icon to show up. Nope, it just messed up because I didn't add it correctly the first time. All right, so it's going to show you the date that it was made. And then this little module button here lets us select it if we want to use any of these buttons at the top. New deck will obviously take us to a blank start on the deck page. Clicking home will take us back. If we select the deck we'd like to edit, we can click edit. It'll fully load the deck for us here. And then you'll notice, say we want to take out a Guardians, and it's already locked on Lightside, and it's already locked on our affiliation. So say we want to add in Han Solo. I'm just going to search Han. And let's add a Rebel Han Solo. All right, you'll see it's added. We're going to go ahead and hit save. It's updated the deck, and now our deck reflects the changes that we just made. If you want to make the deck playable in Octagon, just go ahead and click here. Name the deck whatever you would like to save it as. So I'm going to say test. Click the save button. This is going to name it, and it will show as the list here. We did this so there just won't be any confusion. We know it's a little bit weird that you could have the deck name two different things, but this is just to reflect which deck on this deck list page that you're going to go ahead and download to Octagon. If I click save here, you're going to see it pops up, do I want to save test.08d from fliptheforce.com. If you go ahead and hit save, it'll pull up and ask you where you would like to save it. It should default to your browser's save folder. You can also go ahead and click share. That's going to pop up two little lists here, full deck and objective deck. If you just click once, it's going to highlight the whole list. Again, it'll do that for both. And then just hit Control C or right click and hit copy. And then on the forums, if you were to post that deck list somewhere, let's see. Can I hop over there very easily? Yes, I can. Let's say I wanted to go to deck discussions and I want to discuss John's national list. You'll see I can post a new thread here. National. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and paste. And you'll see it's going to just display the wall of text or the sentence of text that we copied from the deck builder. And if I just hit create thread here, now again, these are some options here. You can hit watch and receive email notifications. If you unclick this, you won't know if anybody responds. And you can add a poll in, which is pretty nice if you like that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and just create the thread. And you will see that John's deck list, just the objectives, has been added as a post. If you hover over, you'll be able to see each, and it tells you which one each is. You can edit the title from up here, or you can go ahead, you should be able to delete it. All right, maybe you need a moderator to be able to actually fully delete a thread. So if you do need something deleted, just message me, I can take care of it. And we'll just leave that as is. If we want to return to the deck page, just click here, go to deck list, and that's going to hop you right back to the decks. So that's the share button. We have a save PDF button. This will create a PDF printable list for you to take to events such as tournaments, nationals, regionals, anything like that. However, our coder is fixing some things on it, so that does not actually work. And then ultimately you can select here and hit delete. And that will clear up your list. You'll see you have light sides on this side and dark side on this side. So that is the changes to Flip the Force. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I know it's a 30-minute video, but if you're a little confused on how to use the site perfectly previously, this will tell you everything you needed to know. Thanks again for checking out Flip the Force. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck builder. If you catch any bugs, if you catch anything that needs changes or any additions that you'd like to add, please feel free to shoot me a private message on the forums or email us at fliptheforest@gmail.com. Thanks again for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you online.